Good morning, Bebington. Good morning, Wirral. Good morning, world. John chapter 8 and verse 4. They said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now, what do you say?" They were using this question as a trap in order to have a basis for accusing him. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning him, he said to them, "If any one of you is without sin, let him be the first to throw a stone at her." Again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. At this, those who heard began to go away, one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left, with the woman still standing there. Jesus straightened up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" "No one, sir," she said. "Then neither do I condemn you," Jesus declared. "Go now and leave your life of sin." So we have this woman who's found, and they want to see what Jesus will do. As far as they can tell, there are two things that Jesus might do. He might leave her alone, or he might say stone her. If he says leave her alone, well, the scribes and the Pharisees will say that means he doesn't take the law, he doesn't take the sin seriously enough. And if he says stone her, then the scribes and the Pharisees can say, "Tell us again about this message of love and mercy that you are proclaiming." But Jesus doesn't do either of those things. What does he do? He bends down and starts to write on the ground with his finger, probably a sandy place where you could easily write in the soil, write in the sand. And we have no idea what Jesus wrote. Some people have suggested it might have been the sins that the officials had committed, or it might be their names, or it might be the names of the people they had sinned with. Or it might have been some of the scriptures proclaiming the message of love and mercy. As he was writing, they kept on asking him, so he stood up and said, "If anyone is without sin, you be the first to throw a stone at her." And then he bent down and carried on writing. And quietly they went away. Jesus looks around. Where are they? Has no one condemned you? No one, sir. Then neither do I condemn you, Jesus declared. Go now and leave your life of sin. This is a fascinating story, and one that was talked about much by my parents in my youth. But there are some key questions left unanswered. The first one is, where is the man who she was sinning with? And another is it so important that Christ said, "Neither do I condemn you"? And is it so important that he said, "Go now and leave your life of sin"? The answer is yes, Both of them are very important, that Christ does not condemn, but that Christ calls on sinners to turn away from their wickedness and live. We do a great disservice to the story if we miss out the last line, "Go now and leave your life of sin." As we go out on our own day, I encourage us, let us go out and leave our life of sin, so much as it is possible for us to do so. Almighty and everlasting God, we thank you that you have brought us safely to the beginning of this day. Keep us from falling into sin or running into danger. Order us in all our doings and guide us to do always what is righteous in your sight. Through Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.